Hello children. Our today's topic is fertilization. What is fertilization? The process of fusion of male and female gametes. And where does this fertilization occur? This fertilization occur inside the fallopian tube, in the ampulla region of the fallopian tube in the female's body. Now we have to study the detailed process involved in fertilization, all the events, both physical and chemical. Before studying about this fertilization in detail, let us study about the first event of fertilization, that is capacitation of the sperm. What is capacitation of the sperm? Capacitation of the sperm actually means activation of the sperm, where sperm is activated. Where does this capacitation of sperm occur? This capacitation of sperm occurs inside the female genital tract after insemination. In insemination, when semen is released into the female genital tract, there inside the female genital tract, these sperms are activated. How are they activated? Activation of sperm actually means removal of the top protective coverings from the acrosome of the sperm. This is the acrosome of the sperm. It is covered by some protective layers, and to remove these protective layers is known as capacitation of the sperm, which takes 5 to 6 hours. So within 5 to 6 hours in the female genital tract, sperms are activated. Now how are they activated? First, female's genital tract releases some acidic secretions, and these acidic secretions remove those protective coverings from the acrosome of the sperm, and thus they activate the sperm. Second is semen, which includes the secretions of the 3 male accessory glands. Semen has secretion of the seminal vesicle, it has secretion of the prostate gland, it also has secretion of the Koppel's gland. So secretion of these 3 glands provide nourishment to the sperm. So after obtaining nourishment, sperm they get activated. And second is because of alkaline medium in the female genital tract. Though female genital tract is acidic, but semen is alkaline in nature, so it neutralizes the medium or makes it alkaline, and in alkaline medium sperms become more active. So these 3 things cause capacitation of the sperm, which actually means activation of the sperm. After sperms are activated, they move to the fallopian tube. They travel to the fallopian tube. How do they travel to the fallopian tube? One is they have tail. Second is uterus undergoes rhythmic contraction and relaxation and pushes the sperm upward towards the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube also shows some peristaltic movement, and thus with the help of the movement of the fallopian tube, uterus and the tail, sperm travels to the fallopian tube. Then inside the fallopian tube, actually when the fertilization begins. Let us study what actually happens during fertilization. These are the 5 steps which occur during the actual process of fertilization. These are known as physical and the chemical events during fertilization. First is physical event, and the first step is acrosome reaction of the physical event. What happens during this stage is acrosome causes some reaction. Now acrosome has become active. The tip of the sperm has become active after capacitation. Then acrosome of the sperm releases some enzymes which are together known as sperm lysins. Sperm lysins are the group of enzymes released by the acrosome, and these sperm lysins actually has 3 enzymes. First is here uronidase, and second is corona penetrating enzyme, and the third one is corona pellucida. These 3 enzymes, it's zona lysine. These 3 enzymes here, uronidase, corona penetrating enzyme and zona lysine enzyme. These 3 enzymes break the 3 protective covering found around the secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte has 3 protective covers. These protective covers are need to be removed first so that acrosome can enter into the secondary oocyte. The outermost protective cover is made up of granulosa cell. So that is ground layer. Hyaluronidase first act upon the outermost layer and removes the ground layer. Then corona penetrating enzyme removes the second middle layer around the secondary oocyte, which is corona radiata. Then zona lysine, it acts upon the innermost layer, which is zona palissuda. So it breaks zona palissuda. And this is known as acrosome reaction, means when acrosome of the sperm releases its sperm lysines, these respective enzymes, and which break the respective layers around the secondary oocyte, and now it has freed the secondary oocyte to undergo the process of fertilization. To cause acrosome reaction, proper pH, temperature and calcium and magnesium ions are must. In the absence of the calcium ions, acrosome reaction can never take place. So this is the first step of the fertilization. Next is cortical reaction. So what happens in the cortical reaction is, this is secondary oocyte which has plasma membrane and ground layer, corona radiata, zona palissuda has been broken during the acrosome reaction. Now when sperm tries to enter through the zona palissuda into the plasma, into the secondary oocyte through the plasma membrane, beneath the plasma membrane there are some cortical granules. So as soon as sperm attacks the plasma membrane, tries to attack the plasma membrane, these cortical granules get fused with the plasma membrane and they release their enzymes secretions between the plasma membrane and the zona palissuda, and these secretions cause hardening of the zona palissuda. What is the purpose of hardening of zona palissuda? Why is it need to be hardened? It needs to be hardened to ensure monospermy, so that only one sperm can get fused with the secondary oocyte or the egg, and it ensures monospermy and it prevents polyspermy. It does not let more than one sperm to enter into the secondary oocyte. That is why it needs to be hardened. So this is cortical reaction. Next is sperm entry. In this third phase that involves sperm entry, when sperm comes in direct contact with the plasma membrane forms the particular area for the sperm to penetrate into the secondary oocyte. This area is known as cone of reception, or it is also known as fertilization cone. So through the fertilization cone, sperm makes its entry into the secondary oocyte. Do remember, as soon as sperm enters through the cone of reception into the secondary oocyte, its centrosome divides to form two centrioles. You might have studied earlier that sperm in its neck, it has two centriole, proximal and distal centriole. So proximal centriole divides to form two more centriole to initiate the process of further cell division. And do remember, egg means secondary oocyte bears no centriole. So that is why sperm gives its own centriole to the secondary oocyte. This is sperm entry. Next is karyogamy. As soon as sperm enters to the cone of reception, its all parts degenerate and male pronuclei through the sperm and female pronuclei undergo fertilization. Before that, do remember that it was secondary oocyte which has to complete its suspended second meiotic division. So as soon as male releases its secondary oocyte, as soon as sperm releases its nucleus into the secondary oocyte completes its suspended meiotic division, and now it gets converted to egg. As soon as it gets converted to egg, two pronuclei fuse, and this results in the formation of zygote. And this process is known as karyogamy, where karyo stands for nucleus and gamy stands for fusion between the two nuclei. During this process, secondary oocyte completes its suspended second meiotic division and gets converted to egg. And next is activation of egg. As soon as sperm enters the egg, it activates the egg to synthesize its protein, RNA, and it also transfers its DNA to the egg. This is activation of egg. If this question comes in exam, you can finish your topic here till karyogamy. It is never asked full. Questions will come in fragment. You might be asked to answer what is cortical reaction, what is acrosome reaction, and what is cone of reception to be asked in 1 mark. So this is about fertilization.